So,
Sorry.
one of
I
the things
forgot.
that, that's okay. One of the things that I really liked about that was it allowed me, once I had to create the order, but it let me put links to files or pictures or things without the customer seeing it, because I might find like a video on YouTube of the technique I wanted to use, and but this order wasn't due for 3 weeks. So, is something like that possibly allowed? I know I can put in, if the customer hasn't already attached 3 files, I can attach a file, but sometimes the customer already has 3 files.
So today, I believe we have an order notes section, right? Is that visible to the client?
Yes.
Okay.
So that part was intended for, sorry about that. Yeah, that the order notes was intended for the client to give you notes about their order, if there's anything specific. But we've also been asked for a field to allow bakers to add notes to their orders as well. Something that's hidden, that's just for you, right?
Right.
And the idea is we can definitely make sure that for that field, we allow you to add links or add attachments. Attachments is also something that we know we want to be able to add to chat messages. That's one of the limitations there. That way, if you have some discussion back and forth with your client, you can send inspiration pictures or examples through that way too. Or if you design it and you want to send them the design for approval. So both of those are in our to-do list, which is pretty long right now.
I would also offer Brian has done the whole thing by himself from literally lines of code. So
I mean, I want to just tell, I'll tell you, Brian, and I know you got a lot of emails, but I'm retired from 35 years in software development. So I totally get it. And it's fabulous and awesome. And the 0 bugs that I've found, except for one where you just had an error in the support link email. It's fantastic. If I was still working, I'd hire you right now for my company, but I'm retired, so.
Well, thank you very much.
Yeah. All right, what else? Is there anything else, Tessie?
No, that's it, thanks.
Okay, sweet. Who's next? Feel free to just unmute and speak up.
I have a question.
Yes.
I am just starting to get used or using my custom bakes. I haven't actually used them. Just actually been playing around with it after the new year. So with the integration with Square, how does it work? Does Square just take the fees as it would use it, as any other Square transaction, or? Yes.
I can answer that one. All right. So with Square, if you've connected it with your Square, it treats all your invoices like an invoice. So in Square, when you sign up, you'll notice that there are different tiers of fees. And it's like 2.9 plus 10 cents or 2.9 plus 30 cents or a little bit higher. And we're in that Square invoicing tier. So it's, I believe it's 2.9% and then 30 cents. So it automatically takes that fee and it goes to Square. We actually don't touch your money now.
Awesome.
We're just a middleman. We don't take a fee for ourselves or anything on there. It's just whatever Square's set up for you.
And it's easy to sort of integrate this. Like if I have an existing website, I can just plug in my MCB/my shop or whatever into my website if they want to directly go and do like pre-orders and things like that.
There's a couple of different ways you can do it. So if you have an existing domain and you have an existing website that has, menu items like home, shop, about, contact, all those things, you can, one of the ways is create a new menu item and just link it to your My Custom Bakes site. It's super easy. That's the most straightforward way. In the future, because My Custom Bakes is enough for most cottage bakers just starting out, we're thinking about allowing like custom domains to be linked up directly in My Custom Bakes, but that's definitely, I would say, second half of this year. Right?
Yeah, at least, yeah.
So that's what we're looking at. I've also seen people, there's somebody, if you join our Facebook page, My Custom Bakes, it's a group, Facebook group, My Custom Bakes, look us up. There's somebody who actually embedded their My Custom Bakes site into their Square site. So they currently have an existing Square site, a bunch of menu items along the top, and if you hit custom order quote, it literally embedded the My Custom Bakes site on their page, which is really fantastic. a little bit harder to view on mobile, but very functional on desktop.
Awesome, thank you.
Did I capture it all? Okay. All right, Nancy asked a question in the chat. Are marketing emails, text messages something that's being added or considered? So text messaging, I know, is kind of like the next thing as far as order statuses and communications. So we have to find another service that offers that and figure it out. It's on our list.
I'm pretty confident we're going to get there because that sort of seems where most of these industries are moving.
Yep. So I think text has to happen at some point. It's not like first on the list. Our priorities right now is getting that pre-sale module up. I forgot what was right after pre-sale module.
We haven't decided exactly.
We haven't prioritized the whole list yet.
Yeah.
But basically what we did is based on the testing that we did before launch and what you guys are doing right now, we're making a list. We're adding basically marks to kind of figure out what's most in demand, and then we're going to attack enhancements based on that.
So would that include like a way to gather the emails out of the quotes or orders to create an email distribution list?
Yeah, there's a few features that I think sort of fall out of this idea. One is we want to add a whole section for you to see your customers and manage your customers in your dashboard. It'd be we know how nice it would be to be able to click on a customer and see all of their previous orders because we know how important repeat customers are. We've also had suggestions for maybe allowing a Mailchimp integration so that people can manage their own email lists, which ultimately is better for the baker because then you're not tied to a platform. Your email list will always follow you.
Yeah, it's the only thing you own at this point, like on the internet.
So depending on how well those kinds of things meet the needs, maybe we don't need to come up with some sort of marketing ourselves. But if not, maybe depending on the feedback at that point, maybe we do go that direction.
Okay.
The follow-up question from Nancy is, will there be a way for notifications to be sent received when messages are sent received between us and the clients? And that already exists today, right?
It should be working. Yeah, so if you're using the built-in chat messenger, the notifications aren't sent out right away. We try to limit how much spam we're sending. So if you send a chat message, if the client or you haven't read one of your chat messages within an hour, background process will send off an email to you to let you know to check your messages, as well as your clients.
All right, who's next? I'm gonna admit someone else. All right, questions.
I had a couple of things come up this week that might. The first one was I had a customer who, who wanted 2 dozen cupcakes and wanted half vanilla and half chocolate. So I didn't know if there was like an option to maybe like multi-select.
Yep, you can do that today in products. When you create your product and you add all the different parameters of your product, multi-select is one of the options. So you can scroll down and add multi-select.
Okay, perfect. I'll look at that. And then the other thing that I was setting up my decorate your own cookie kits, and I was using Google Forms previously. And so I just had like a button like for 6, 12, 24, 36, and like it had the price next to each one. And they could just like directly Venmo me like whatever they bought basically. So I don't know if there's like, I was trying to decide like, do I set up a different product for like 1 for 6, 1 for 12, or if there's a way for them to like pick the one and then it says the price. Does that make sense?
Are they all the same design or totally different designs, each cookie?
Well, it's a decorate your own kit. So they're ordering just the kit specific.
So you can,
so I think its pricing table is really kind of.
Wait, hold on. I need clarification. I'm not done.
Okay, go ahead.
Sorry.
Yeah.
How many, like, is the amount of cookies set? Is the amount of icing set? So one kit?
Yeah, so it's one
sold
kit.
as one. Okay.
Yes, they can order like just a kit that has 6 cookies or 12 cookies or 24 or 36.
Okay.
And so then I used to just have like the price of it, but I did price variable, but then like, I don't know, I guess it's the direct checkout versus
Yeah, you would
like
like to be able to direct check out that kind of product for sure.
The
Yeah.
easiest way today is to create your 6 cookie product, copy it, do a 12 cookie direct checkout, fixed price product. So do fixed price products, direct checkout, 6, 12, 18, 24, whatever you want.
gonna consider doing it that way. I just wasn't sure like if that
Yeah.
really exists. And then the only other thing there was one other thing that come up. So somebody had like tagged me on somebody requesting on Facebook, and so I sent her a link to to get a quote, but he messaged me back and was like, I don't see anything to contact you. And then I went to look at it. I was on my mobile, so I don't know if it's different, but it just says like add to cart. So I don't know if that was like confusing to her. So I don't know if there was a way for that, because it says like get a quote, but I just said to her like add it to a cart. You don't have to pay anything. You just fill out the details. But then she like never followed through. So I don't know if that was like the barrier for her, because it was made her think she was going to buy something. Does that make sense?
Yep, totally. So we've gotten the feedback a couple times that the add to cart language was confusing. So we'll look at that and figure that out and see if there's a better way we can do this for variable products specifically. Instead of saying add to cart, maybe get a quote for variable
instead of add to cart
products specifically.
Yeah.
Because that only matters for variable price products, right?
Yeah, we've actually gone back and forth on the language on this one a couple of times. It's trying to find something that works in a lot of different cases. It's been tough. So
regarding the email communication, so we purposely did not give them a direct line of access to you until they can commit to something, which is why we didn't specifically create an email icon for you on your profile. But what you can do if you want to is in your description for your shop, just put your email there.
Yeah.
Yeah.
No, I'm happy. I was just thinking like maybe if it just said request a quote instead of add to cart, but I wasn't. Yeah, that was I think I don't know if that's what hindered her from like following through, but just that when I went to do it like as quote unquote on customer, I was like, oh, I could see how this might be confusing. So
we're with you. Yeah.
Yep.
I have something to add to that.
Yes.
Really. So I had actually asked you about that this week earlier, just a few days ago.
Via email, right?
Yeah. No, I messaged you on Instagram.
Okay.
I did like a poll. I didn't say where it was from. I did a poll though on my Instagram, and majority of people did say that it would confuse them. Like they'd feel like they were directly purchasing something. Just that's some feedback for you. Is it possible to make it customizable? So that way, if someone wants it to say add to cart, if they want to say get quote, if they want it to say like where you can just type it in, have it say whatever you want it to.
This is one of those questions that is really difficult to say we want to do it, because the more customization we add, the more complication we add, and the more the less standardization we have across our industry. We already have a huge problem of no standardization and everyone doing things completely differently, which actually hurts us as an industry because we are unable to get together and move forward in the same direction together. So as much as I would love to give everybody the option to do anything they want, if it's a big thing, like a big hindrance, I think the only thing we can commit to at this point is changing the language for variable products to quotes. I think that's very reasonable, but making it customizable completely is probably not likely at this point.
I think the other thing we have to remember as we ask Lisa and Brian for stuff is things like that increase the support and maintenance cost. And I know there's been several discussions on several different Facebook groups about what's it going to cost, right? That's the big elephant in the room. And so stuff like that, that's going to raise, the cost to them, therefore the cost to us. So just think about that as we request some things.
In general, for this one specifically, I think we just need to, I just need to design the shops a little bit better so that it's clear when you're looking at products that request a quote versus products that are direct checkout. Once we solve that problem, I think it'll be a lot more clear to clients and the language will sort of work itself out from there.
So we will definitely are taking this feedback to heart. And I think customization is nice for sure, but limiting it is also going to be something that we have to figure out. So thank you, Amanda. I appreciate that.
Cool, thank you.
Alva had a question. So in order to have a pre-sale item, you need to change your lead time. Also, do you need to open your calendar?
Today, yes.
When the pre-sale module goes live,
Soon, no.
You'll be
Yeah.
able to do something independently in the pre-sale item that doesn't affect your existing calendar or availability. So for now, you got to kind of do the workaround.
Yeah, it's a little kludgy.
Yeah, sorry.
I've got a question.
Hi, Jessica.
Hi, and here's Emma. Say hi, Emma.
Hi, Emma.
Yay!
Okay.
She just learned that. Okay, so on the dashboard, when you're looking at the order and you go to manually change it to ready for delivery, I think I might have mentioned this during the testing phase. Does a customer get something that says it's ready? And is that confusing to the customer when I'm not offering delivery?
The customer does not, if the only thing you've changed about the order is setting it to ready for delivery, they will not receive an email for that.
Okay, so they don't see that part.
And
if
even
they click
if,
it, though,
like, let's suppose you update a note and mark it ready for delivery, they'll get an email saying their order's been updated, but the ready for delivery status is no more visible to them than it's in progress. And that was specifically because we know some products can be
Frozen.
made a couple weeks ahead of time and frozen.
But it can be
And-
off-putting to the customer, right? But that has
Right.
nothing to
And
do
while it's,
with them.
yeah, it's perfectly safe,
Right.
but the customers might be weirded out. We didn't want that to be an issue. So that status is just for you behind the
Okay.
scenes. You know that, like, maybe it's already decorated or baked or whatever.
We should check if there's
Okay.
a tooltip there. Double
Okay.
check if there's a tooltip. Can you make
Sure.
a note to double check
So
that there's a
What,
tooltip?
what exactly does trigger an email to the customer? What actions trigger that? Other than me saying, send this to the customer? Because it seems like they're getting something when payments due, because I know all of a sudden I'll get these random people saying I'm ready to
So-
pay.
Yeah. So when they submit a quote, they'll get an email confirmation. When you send the quote back to them for approval, they'll get an email confirmation. When their deposit is due, they'll get an email reminder. When their balance is due, they'll get an email reminder. When their order is ready for them to pick up, which you manually have to set, they will get an email reminder. Am I missing anything?
Ready for pickup.
Which option is that when
Yeah.
when it's
Yeah,
completed?
the ready for pickup one, I don't think we have a specific status for that right now.
Oh.
Yeah, so
'Cause there's the completed button too.
Sorry, completed.
yeah, they'll get an email when their order is updated by you, if you've updated any
To
of the items
completed?
or the status, with the exception of the ready for delivery status.
Okay.
Yeah. So pretty
And then-
much anytime you change the order, they'll also receive an updated email saying that their order has been updated. Does that make
I'm
sense?
thinking, yeah, can you write a note for me to
Yeah.
put something together to like an infographic on when the client is, emailed or notified?
Yeah, we can come up with
Yeah.
something and get this all together and send it out so it's much more clear what kind of emails and when they're being sent.
So
Can I
that's-
ask you a question? Can you turn that function off? If you didn't want them to get like continuous emails, maybe you only wanted them to get a email when you're requesting like final payment or.
I
Not
had
at the
this,
moment, but that's a good suggestion
let's
to
write
give
that
you
down.
more control over when notifications are coming out.
Yeah, because right now, you guys can decide how many emails or notifications you want for your emails, but being able to control that for their emails would make sense as well. So we will write that down. Michaela has a question. Is there potential for My Custom Bakes app? I recently connected my site to my social, so I haven't got my feet wet yet, but so far it seems very user-friendly. I'm excited. Okay, My Custom Bakes app. Why is it not a mobile app? The straight answer is we don't have a team to manage mobile apps across a gazillion devices. But furthermore, from a user perspective, asking your client to download an app before they have to buy something is kind of a pain in the rear, which is why we decided to not go for the embedded app option. Having a website means anybody can access it from anywhere using a web browser.
And any device.
Any
doesn't matter what
device,
they have.
you don't have to worry about that. So no, we're not going to make an app, period. Is that the
Yeah, that's the right
correct?
answer,
Totally
yeah.
correct. Okay, yeah, I just want to make sure. I'd be interested in a thread if other users would be willing to share their pages, for example, how others are using it. Absolutely, check out our Facebook group, My Custom Bakes, and please feel free to start a thread where you ask people for their websites, and I'm sure a lot of people would be willing to share. You can also check out mine, Borderlands Bakery, and Alva's The Bento Kitchen. Sorry, Alva, I just like volunteered you, but her site is beautiful. Check it out.
Jessica's looks good,
Jessica's
too.
is freaking amazing too. Totally bakes. Toad, as in like ribbit, toad. TAODILY. Totally bake desserts, I believe. But yeah, we will create a thread for that. And if I don't create it, please feel free to create it. Let's see what else we got.
I got another
Sending
question.
pictures back and forth in the chat will be a future function, Miss Mai. So we will definitely look at that. Will there be an option added where a client can select the time they like to pick up or have their goods delivered? We hope that the chat function will give you the ability to coordinate that, but I think this is not the first time that's been asked.
Yeah, I'm pretty sure we'll get there. It's just, that's like a
lower priority thing.
Yeah, we have a ways to go before we get to such granular features like that, I think.
I have a
I've got
question.
another question. Oh, go ahead.
Deepa, go for it.
Oh, okay. Sorry, this is like a really beginner question, and it's because I'm not super familiar, but I wanted to ask it anyway. Is there a way I really want to use this My Custom Bakes for pre-orders? I'm a cookier, so for Valentine's Day, for example, is there a way to create categories? And then like, but there is a way. I've just been adding products, but I don't know. I don't.
So right above the title of the product, there's a categories. You can customize as many categories as you like. I have a YouTube video for direct checkout, so check that out, where I create a category for pre-sales, and I kind of show you how I do that.
Okay, thank you.
Yeah, that'll be helpful. Jessica?
I was adding in the chat box. I have my Valentine's Day pre-sale direct checkout up now, so if anybody wants to go look at that. But I was going to ask, so I just completed my first order completely through My Custom Bakes. So now it's logged as completed under the order section, but every single time I go to log in, I have to change the drop down to show me only active orders because they're the first one at the very top now. So now I'm gonna have to like filter through it.
We're working on it. Yeah.
Okay,
We
cool.
got to be able to give people the ability to clean up the garbage orders that are like done, or you don't want to see them, or archive them in some way.
Is a feature that we've been talking about.
Yeah, that'd be
just
great.
in general, the order and quote dashboards need to have better filtering, better sorting, grouping, just better ways to look at your orders for sure.
Yeah. So far, all of my customers have really loved the process. And then, like I mentioned, I messaged you on Instagram and I was like, can I write you a review? I'll write you a review. But I just feel like more at ease now having everything in that one area. Like, because I have a couple orders that I took before it came out. So they're in my email floating somewhere. And I'm like, who are they? I can't remember their name. But like switching has been a huge difference. So thank you, because I know I bug you guys a lot.
It's great.
Hold on, let me
so
grab a link for you guys real quick to drop it in the chat for the group, because for whatever reason,
I can't find the Facebook page either. If you could just drop the actual name, I'm struggling to find it.
It's because like people started joining and then I wasn't ready, and then I was like, oh God, I have to change the group name. But now it's got this like group number thingy assigned to it, which is really not sexy and not functional, but we'll get it fixed.
I have a question when you guys are ready.
Hang on, I'm going to answer one more, Jacqueline. I will get right to you in 1 second. But Alva, is there an option to have a box to click that they can say design free will or something that clients don't have to fill out the whole form? Yes, you should set up a product that's designed at free will, that's variable or fixed, whatever you desire, and have pretty much no details or questions for that product, and they can just add that to their quote or cart, right? Like any kind of design she wants to do, right?
Yeah, if it's completely open-ended.
Yep, completely
Then
open-ended,
you
just
create
create
a-
a open-ended product.
Yeah.
Miss Jacqueline, we're ready for you.
All right, so I had someone order, it was actually, I took an order over for someone else. And so I never had them order through my Custom Bakes, but now they want, it's a corporate order, so they want a real like receipt and everything. So I went ahead and inserted all their information, like their name, email, phone number. The delivery date I just said was today. I did this earlier and added some notes, added like, you know, by item and everything. So when I complete that and save it, are they getting an email saying this is your order? Just like, does that still work that way, or is it different because I created it?
If you've created
still
it,
got
they
it?
should still get the thank you for your order email that,
Oh,
that they would
perfect.
normally get.
Yeah,
Okay,
and then
all right.
what'll happen is they'll get a link to be able to view the details of the order in that email, so they can use that as their invoice, for example,
Okay.
or records.
That's perfect. Perfect. Thank you guys.
Hi, this is the other Jacqueline in the
Hello,
in
Jacqueline.
here. I kind of to piggyback off of her question, I have had corporate clientele where they require their invoice to be like PDF format. Do we have the ability to export that and download it to send it as an attachment, or is it just an email?
Right now, it's just an email.
It's right now just an email, but in your browser, you can save it as a PDF.
Okay,
In
perfect.
Chrome, for example, for
Yeah.
now as a backup.
But also, yeah, we have been requested this kind of
Yeah.
functionality. This is definitely on our list to have
Okay.
PDF
PDF for
exports.
exports, for orders and quotes and all that. Yeah.
But the
Okay.
janky way is
Yeah.
print as PDF.
Yeah.
Yeah, I mean that's always the workaround, so that is good to know. And then I do have one more question regarding like licensed or copyrighted art that we use for like cookies that I make, which I
Uh-huh.
have done. I have like, of course, corporate clients, or I've done like Disney characters or some type of
Uh-huh.
like copyrighted images. Is it okay to add that work to my custom bakes, or should I take them off?
Nope. The legal answer is no,
Got it.
but you do you.
Yeah.
Be careful.
Thank you.
Yeah.
We'll just have to refer you to our terms and conditions, terms of service and privacy policy.
Don't get us shut down. But you know, obviously everybody on here knows, like we all understand this, right? All right, what else? Do we have any questions? Any more questions? Is anybody like really new here? They never even signed up or anything like that?
Signed up, but no orders yet.
It'll take time. This is
Yeah, it's the new year. It's usually
it's a new year, but also like introducing another piece of technology into this world is rough.
Mhm.
But hopefully this will help consolidate the madness of the other things floating around everywhere.
Yeah, for sure.
I just thought of a random question about the due date for
Yeah.
payment.
Yeah.
What would you think is a reasonable due date? Because I like to have payment done as soon as possible, because I don't lock in an order until it's paid in full. So I've been doing like the custom due date and just typing in a week from the day that I accept their quote or whatever.
Yeah.
Is that reasonable, do you guys think?
I think that's great. I personally would not confirm anybody unless if they paid 2 weeks in advance in full.
Okay.
So like for me, I didn't even really often take deposits when I was doing cookies full time. I just basically said, I'm gonna send your bill 2 weeks before it's due, and if you either pay it or you don't pay it. And that simplified things personally for me, because we also didn't have these tools that could schedule, right? Square at that time was just coming out with scheduling deposits and balances and invoices. So this is like, we're talking 5 years ago. They actually just released that like a year or two ago. So it's very recent. But I think do what works for you. But a week is like totally reasonable. I would even say 2 weeks is totally okay. Should be okay.
Okay.
If it's corporate, make them pay you all at once as early as
Yeah.
possible.
Definitely.
You 60 days after.
All right. What else, you guys? Anything you like hate? I'd love to
Yeah,
hear
be
all
mean.
of it. Like, we are here for it.
I hate that I can't have my own domain name.
Yeah.
I think that's a high on the list of things we have to deal with ASAP. So like the pre-sale
Domain
module
names,
is already in progress and should be done by next month, before CookieCon, for those of you who are going.
Are y'all gonna be at CookieCon?
We'll be at CookieCon.
Okay.
We're gonna have like a booth for the first time ever, and Brian's gonna be there. We'll be doing my custom bakes, and it'll be great. Alva's gonna be there. Alva's like, hey, yes, Alva will be there. Jessica's gonna be there.
Yay.
Be there.
I'd like faster notification for the chats.
yeah, okay.
So was that a money problem? Is that because it costs money to do all of that?
I mean, it's not. It's actually not.
It's not too bad.
that bad. No. When I was first setting all this stuff up, money was a big concern because
Yeah,
I
mean,
just
it still
didn't know.
is, right?
And it is a concern, but now I have a better idea of how much each feature costs, more or less. So it's a little easier for me to open some of that stuff up. Yeah, we can change it to 15 minutes, half an hour.
We'll update that.
Whatever feels good.
I feel like that's the only thing that slows things down a little bit, because if they don't give me all the information I need, most of my orders, I've been really happy. They give me everything I need and I can just hit submit on the approval right away. But there's been a few and they just take forever, and then I end up just emailing them outside of it just to make sure that it didn't go into spam, because I know that's an issue. Just to follow up. So
I will make this note.
Yeah. I think one of the other things that we want to be super candid about is how much money all this costs. Like, we've been trying to put together spreadsheets of how much it actually costs to just have a product, how much it costs every month. What is it, like $400 or $500 right now? A month.
Yeah,
right?
it's about
Just
400 or so, yeah.
just the cost of servers and things like that. And that number only goes up with more activity on the website. And that's been like the last, ever since we started, basically. Of course, it was cheaper upfront. It's getting more and more expensive. So as we look at how much to charge every month, all those things are being taken into consideration. But also what we would really love to do, and this is something that we could use your help with, is if you like the product and you want to use it, we need to get some sponsors on board. So like, we're thinking about Sugar Art, Cookie Countess, people like that. And maybe they can be willing to sponsor us a little bit in some way to help pay basically us for our time and efforts over, just to maintain and live.
Would love to recoup the costs from them instead of the bakers, if possible.
If possible.
Or as much as possible.
So as you use this, if you like it and you can drop some hints to your favorite suppliers, that would be super helpful. Hey, Brittany, is there a question?
Sorry, I was muted. I'm coming in late. No questions right now, just kind of learning and figuring out what this is.
Yeah, and then we'll put the recording up on YouTube so you can refer back to it and just refresh.
Thank you so much.
Miss Alva, Kyler created my personal website, so that will be able to be linked later on the, you can just link it right now. So like on your website, if you're doing bentokitchen.com, you can have literally one menu item that says order request, and then you can just link it to your My Custom Bakes website. Okay.
Is there a current limit on the number of products you can have for pre-sale? What is the limit?
I don't think there's a limit on products, is there?
There's not going to be a limit, I don't think.
Not at all.
At this point.
No.
As many as you want.
We're just like trying to ramp up really slowly and predictably so we can be prepared, because the last thing we want is for the site to just die.
Crash.
That would be like my ultimate nightmare. Brian's ultimate nightmare.
I like sleeping.
Tessie, yes.
So I did want to just comment that I do notice a significant performance degradation when you're pulling up photos. And I don't know if it's the way you're retrieving them, the way you're storing them, but I had, because I was in the software industry, a lot of my customers are my former coworkers and clients, and I've gotten comments on that.
Very good.
Yeah, images don't load very quickly. I've noticed that too. I have some ideas but it's in the to-do list, right?
Okay. But actually, other than that, the performance has been fantastic. I mean, that was like literally the only thing I've noticed any kind of non-immediate performance.
Yeah, that's all super important. When we were ramping up, we were like, the moment we opened, we're like keeping an eye on the server just to make sure that it was able to handle the traffic and stuff. So since then, Brian has done a little bit of load balancing on various servers to make sure we don't crash. So we've learned a lot in this process. It's been really fun, really challenging because again, everybody does things different. So it's been really, really honestly eye-opening to learn how you guys operate.
What?
Does he get snack?
I just gave it to her.
Okay.
Hi, Cindy.
Right here.
I think Cindy's not on mute. I'm going to mute her real quick if I can. Whoop. All right. Anything else, you guys? We're going to try to have these sessions more regularly. I think that'd be really helpful just to touch base and make sure that we're still moving in the right direction. And if you hear anything, let us know.
As long as you guys are showing up, we should just keep doing them.
Yeah. Good size group. All right. Anything else? Random questions? Need help with anything? I am at your disposal. Okay, last chance.
Sounds good.
Can we go backwards just a minute? And so is your YouTube channel the best place to go and start? Like if I'm stuck on anything or I'm, okay.
YouTube channel is the first thing. There's a whole playlist for my custom bakes. The walkthrough is very high level. So what happens after you register and start creating your products is everything's got, not everything, a lot of fields have these little question mark thingies right next to them. If you hover over them or you tap on them, if you're on a mobile device, you'll see what this is about and how to use it and what that is. And we try to build in a lot of these tool tips to help guide you through the process.
And we know we don't have a lot of help content right now. So when in doubt, don't hesitate, send us an email.
Yeah.
We're happy to
Email's
answer
the best.
questions. Just gotta do it that way.
Thank you.
Is the YouTube channel My Custom Bakes or Borderlands Bakery or something
Borderlands
else?
Bakery.
Okay. And then don't forget to send us the Facebook group name.
It is in the chat. So just navigate to the chat and scroll up a little bit. But
Okay.
let me just send it to the whole group because I think that just sent directly to mine. So I'm going to send it again right now.
Yeah, I don't see it. Yeah.
Ray's sleeping on the couch.
I see it now. Yeah. Okay, got it.
Cool. All right. That's it. Kimberly,
thank you guys for coming.
hold on.
Hi.
Kimberly, are there any questions? Oh, hey, she's in the car. Are you? Oh my God, is this okay?
Yes, I'm actually in the parking waiting for my daughter to get out of her cheer game. So, you know,
Okay.
she's cheering. But I just wanted to stop by. I honestly, I feel that this tool has, I mean, you guys literally read my mind. What I was needing for so long. My clients, I introduced it in the beginning of January and they've really liked it a lot. The only thing that they haven't liked is the fact that I'll like block my calendar for the dates I don't have available, but it doesn't give them, well, what they're saying is that they don't know that the date isn't available until after they fill out everything, is what they're telling me.
Right. Okay, understood.
Yeah, so I think that's the only thing that they have complained about is that you made me fill all that out and just to tell me no. So I kind of like unblocked my whole calendar and then I'm having them put it in the description for now until maybe that can get.
Yeah, I have an idea.
This has to do with the clicking on the calendar in order to book, right?
Yeah, it's related.
That kind of thing. Yeah.
So my first thought now is if you go to DoorDash, the first thing it says is enter your email address. So we can have a thing where maybe they navigate and we're just like, select the date right up front.
Noted. Very important.
But we can think about that and come up with something.
Yeah, and I mean, for now, they've been things that I have been able to navigate because I mean, it's so much easier in general, if that makes sense. So it's things that I was able to unblock the whole calendar and then have them just put the date, and then I just simply tell them that it's not available. So it hasn't been a major issue. Another thing is I do work with both cakes and cookies. So a lot of them are custom, you know, so I try to give my customers more than one option of what they can, if they want a cake for 100 people, but I tell them, well, if the 100 people doesn't suit you, how about let's go with 80 people. And that is kind of confusing because I can't give them like a separate quote on the same tab for them. I don't know if that makes sense. Like it doesn't give them an option to choose which quote to accept. I have to send them a completely different quote in order for them to see the two different options.
To compare.
Like
Are you saying
compare.
Yes.
Ah, okay. Interesting.
Okay. Yeah, that's
very interesting. Very interesting.
Yeah, so and I do that a lot. I give them, for example, the customers, they request a lot of cake for like 50 people. But my smallest, I'm in between 30 to 45, and then I have 60 people what my serving goes. So I have to send them both quotes. But in order to do that, I have to send them two separate ones and tell them accept which one you want, and and then decline the other.
Right now in your shop, do you have multiple products for cakes or just one?
What I did to make it customized for myself, I mean, I offer tastings, I offer cookies and so forth. So I just created a product, request a quote for a cake, and then I put request a quote for cookies, and then I put another one where I was like schedule a tasting. So that's what I have right now, versus just the products, as I haven't introduced an actual, you know, product for them to just directly check out yet.
I think this is just like putting it out there and kind of brainstorming what you could do today with the existing functionality. Is if you created a separate product based on serving size, so like a cake for 20 or a cake for 30 or a cake for between 40 and 50, that might.
And initially I did.
Okay, go ahead.
Yes, initially when I first started, I did do it that way, but a lot of clients, they have like a microwave mentality. They just want something where they can send you all the information and that's it. They don't want to be like looking for 10 million.
I got it. Okay. Oh, we lost her. We might have lost her. I think she disconnected. But we get it. We've noted it, Kimberly, in case you're coming back to this and watching it on YouTube. Oh, she's back. Oh, sorry, we lost you for a second.
Okay, I'm not sure where I got cut off.
That's okay. I think you were explaining the basically
the microwave mentality.
Yeah, the microwave mentality. And
the
I think
microwave mentality.
Yeah.
Yeah. So I mean, everybody is kind of, you know, they're kind of in a hurry. I mean, at first it was hard for them to get like accustomed because they're so used to texting me, but I was losing so many messages.
No. We gotta train these people.
So yeah,
exactly.
Part of our design mentality is we want to protect the bakers from the customers in some way.
Yeah.
Yes. And you know, this was perfect.
From that microwave mentality too, in some ways, like forcing them to enter all this information before you even get bugged, right?
Exactly.
But there's a balancing act, right?
Exactly. Yeah. And you know, this was like a ring on my finger when you guys came out with this, because right before you came out with it, I lost all my Instagram, I lost all my Facebook contacts, everything, they got deactivated. So I remember that was a month where I was fully booked. All my details were on Facebook, Instagram. I had to literally, luckily I was able to like track their payment because I would keep a written record of how they paid. So I was literally sending my customers messages through Cash App to please contact me because I had no information for them, you know? So this was great. So, I mean, I refused to respond to them by text because information gets lost. Instagram, now I know it gets lost. I couldn't retrieve it at all.
Yeah.
And it was a lot of work, you know, just trying to get that information back.
For sure. Glad to hear that
we can help in some way.
Yeah, exactly.
Yeah.
Yes. No, and I'm a #1 Borderlands fan. You should see. I've been practicing my macarons and my cookies and everything. I love it. You know, I really do.
So much.
You're welcome.
A waitlist option for those just wanting to get in. A waitlist. What were we talking about? Waitlist option.
Is this similar to reservations in a
Yeah,
way.
I think so.
Yeah, so
Yeah.
hi.
Hi.
So
Hi,
I'm
Alpha.
talking about, she was talking about like, you know, being available in the calendar, being like closed. So how about the option of having a wait list for those, like waiting just for your calendar to open up, and then as soon as an availability opens up or the month or they've been trying to get in opens up, they get a notification. Is that going to be an option in the future?
Never even thought about it.
I mean,
So
we can definitely add that to the list and prioritize it. That's, I mean, that's an interesting idea. It's similar to a few emails we've been receiving lately about having clients simply reserve a date.
yeah. Instead of
in
having to
advance.
commit to like a full design detail.
Yeah. Like if you want to book out 5 months, maybe you don't know exactly what you want, but you do know who you want to order from and generally speaking what you want to get. But right now you're sort of having to decide on everything up front.
I think we
But
have some way of connecting those ideas of reservations without all the details, as well as wait lists. I think we can implement them, like they're kind of connected.
It's something we're going to have to think about a little bit more, I think, before we can come up with.
It's a good idea. Yeah.
Yeah, it's definitely a problem that multiple bakers are having and asking about. So it's definitely something that we're going to need to think about.
Lisa, I did have 2 more questions. Maybe it's something I was going to email you, but I have you here now. On the option that you have to chat, I noticed that I can't send images through there. That would be something that would be very helpful because, again, I have to give ideas and so forth, and I don't want to go back to having to send it through my phone again.
Yeah, no, we hear you.
Completely agree.
That's on our list of to-dos.
Okay. Okay, perfect. And then microwave brain here. I just forgot what I was gonna ask. I had another question. If I recall, I'll let you know.
Yep. Or otherwise, just email us and we'll make sure it gets addressed.
Oh yes, I did remember. Is there a way that you're able to save client information?
Not today. Not today.
Not yet.
Definitely in the future, because having contact is so important for people.
Okay, yeah, that'd be perfect. Now that like I said, I've been sending out multiple quotes, I have to go and manually kind of fill out. So I was like, maybe I didn't catch something.
Yeah, it's not USS.
It's us. Yeah.
Okay, perfect. Thank you.
All right, friends. If there is nothing else, I think we're going to end it right here. I will throw the recording on YouTube. We missed the first couple minutes, but it's fine. And then we will continue to set these things up. So if you're not signed up for that email list, make sure you're signed up for the email list. And then we'll continue to post on Instagram whenever we have one of these sessions. And please tell your friends if you like using this. I think that's always super helpful. As far as charging costs, I've gotten like multiple DMs about how much we think this is going to cost. Definitely under $10 a month. Hoping more, it's more like $7.99, $8.99 max sort of thing. Oh, there is another question from Shonda. I got distracted by reading question. Hold on, sorry guys. One small thing I would like is with the waiting on the customers to accept the quote or decline on email since they don't check often. Is there a way could add something they could agree to sign up for SM texts? Yep.
Yeah.
Another text request. I know email has email marketers have ruined email for us, you guys. So now we like don't read half of them and then they go to social or they go to junk. So SMS is definitely on the list of things that we need to implement.
Yeah.
So Shonda for sure. Okay. Yeah, tell your friends. That's all. Sorry, I lost my train of thought.
You were in the middle of talking about pricing.
Oh, pricing. Okay, like $7.99 or $8.99 a month. But I think what we're going to do is give everybody at least a 3-month kind of notice before we decide to charge, so people can decide if they want to stay on or use their own website or something. So that's that. All right. Thank you all so much. Have a great evening or whatever it is, wherever you guys are from. And we'll talk to you soon. Bye.
Bye.
Yeah.